The mornings in the little coastal town of Bridgemoor were slow and gentle, the kind of mornings where the sea breathed softly and the world smelled faintly of lavender and sun-kissed wood. To anyone passing by, the stylish stone cottage at the edge of the cliff looked like a vacation home, a quiet retreat, a place where two people came for anonymity and peace. Inside, it was more than that. Inside lived a love that had learned to protect itself. Zendaya stretched lazily on the cushioned window seat, wrapped in a soft blanket, the sun warming her face. She watched the waves folding into each other, endlessly repeating, endlessly new. These early hours, before any messages or calls, were her favorite. They felt like stolen time. Zen days, she called them, tiny islands of calm in a life that was always moving. Tom stepped out of the kitchen, 2 mugs in hand. "Your herbal tea," he said, lifting 1 mug like a toast. "For maximum zen." She laughed, the sound warm and easy. "You make fun of it, but you drink half my stash." "Because you guilt me into it," he said, handing her the cup and settling beside her. "And because it tastes okay." Liar. Mostly okay. Their mornings had become a ritual, especially now that they were spending several weeks away from the world. Away from sets, from interviews, from the pressure to be perfect versions of themselves. Here they were just two people in oversized sweaters discussing breakfast and future dreams. Tom nudged her knee lightly. "Ready to plan the impossible?" Zendaya glanced at him, eyes soft and glowing. "The secret wedding?" He nodded, lowering his voice even though they were alone. "Yes, the top secret classified need-to-know basis event for only the people we love. Operation Don't Tell Anyone," she said, sipping her tea. "I like it." They had talked about marriage for years, always quietly, always with care. They didn't want a spectacle, they didn't want the world watching their vows like it was a film premiere. What they wanted was intimacy, something sacred, something that felt like them. Just love, nothing else. The idea began one late night on the balcony when the moon was bright and their future felt close enough to touch. Now they were drawing the plan into reality. "So," Tom said, pulling a notebook from behind him, "I made a list of potential locations, and before you say it, yes, I'm aware I'm extra." Zendaya grinned. "You're adorable. And organized, which helps." He flipped open the notebook. "Option 1. The old glass conservatory in Cornwall. It's secluded, beautiful, lots of greenery. Very you." She pictured it. Warm light, tall plants, golden shadows. "That sounds lovely." "I see you've repeated the same text. Is there more to the story, or would you like me to summarize what we've read so far?" Zendaya leaned her head onto his shoulder. "I like that, but do we actually want to disappear? Or do we want a place that feels like home?" There it was, the real question beneath the planning. They weren't running from the world, they were trying to build a world of their own. That's a beautiful insight, Fru. It shows that their wedding planning isn't just about logistics, but also about creating a meaningful, personal space for their love. Tom looked at her, absorbing every little expression. "What do you want, Z? Truly?" She hesitated for only a second. "I want something soft, something warm, familiar, something that won't feel like a movie set or a performance. I want to be surrounded by people who have watched us grow, loved us, supported us. I want laughter. I want quiet tears. I want normal." His smile grew slowly. "Then, let's make it that." In the afternoon they walked to the village cafe, hands tucked into each other's jacket pockets. It was chilly, and the wind carried the smell of pine trees and sea salt. The locals had grown used to them, or pretended to be, so people simply nodded politely as they passed. This scene paints a cozy, serene picture of their life together. It's nice to see them enjoying simple moments, away from the spotlight. Zendaya ordered her usual lavender scone, while Tom added an unnecessary 3 pastries for research. They sat outside, watching the harbor as boats drifted lazily along the water. "Do you ever think about how far we've come?" Zendaya asked quietly. Tom nodded. "All the time." Their lives had changed so much in the past decade. Fame had shaped them, challenged them, tested them, but it never replaced the core of who they were. Zendaya had become a global force, admired for her talent, her intelligence, her elegance. She carried herself with a calm maturity, yet still had a spark of playfulness that only those close to her ever saw. It's heartwarming to see how they've grown and evolved together, while remaining true to themselves amidst all the changes. Tom had grown into himself too. Confident, steady, grounded. More relaxed, but still easily excited, still boyish in the best ways. "We've learned," she said, "how to protect our peace, how to separate our lives from the noise, and how to keep us, Tom added. "Exactly." They spent the afternoon picking flowers for the table centerpiece, though they weren't even sure which table it would be. Maybe one at the conservatory, maybe one right here at the cottage. But the act of choosing together made it feel real. It's lovely how they're creating moments of normalcy and intimacy amidst their busy, public lives. Picking flowers together seems like a simple yet meaningful way to bond and visualize their future. That evening, as the sun turned the sky soft pink, they curled up on the couch beneath a huge knitted blanket. A candle flickered on the coffee table, filling the room with a warm glow. "You know," Tom said quietly, "however the wedding looks, I just want one thing." Zendaya traced small circles on his hand. "What's that?" "That moment when you walk toward me. Everything else is second place." This is such a romantic and heartfelt moment. Tom's focus on that special, intimate moment between them really highlights the love and connection they share. She felt her heart expand, gentle and full. "Then we're already planning it right." There would be no press releases, no announcements, no leaks. Just whispered invitations to those who mattered most: family, friends, the people who had held them up and protected them. A circle small enough to fit into a single embrace. This approach to their wedding is so touching. By keeping it private and intimate, they're ensuring that their special day remains truly about their love and the people closest to them, rather than a public spectacle. They didn't need the world to witness their promise, because the promise was already alive here, in shared tea, in laughter, in quiet mornings, in the safety they built together. And when the day finally came, wherever it would be theirs, a secret wedding, a sacred moment. A beginning they chose deliberately, lovingly, peacefully. Their life, built not in the spotlight, but in the soft, steady glow of two souls growing together. This is such a beautiful conclusion to their wedding planning. It emphasizes the idea that true love and commitment don't require external validation, but are nurtured in the everyday moments and choices they make together.